Hi guys, so yes, we are speaking to you from the Drakensberg still, but we're going to tell you a little bit about our experiences in the Wild Coast. So driving from Addo Elephant Park, that was another nice journey, into Qolora Mouth, which is on the Wild Coast in the Eastern Cape, just past, about 100 kilometers past East London.
Correct. And about what you need to know about the Wild Coast, the East Coast, is that it is a fairly, not a waste place, but there are not so many people around, and so is the infrastructure. So if you want to go to the coast, you choose one place, you go there, and you have to drive from the end to about 50, 60 kilometers, depends on where you go. But there is no connection between this location you choose on the beach area and on the coast to the next one. So you always
To
have
the
to
next
go.
coastal, you have to.
Yeah, so
there's one road that leads right through the Eastern Cape, basically from East London up to Natal, and that road is the N2, which is a national road. Its maximum speed is about 100 kilometers per hour,
Average, yeah.
but most of the time there's just so much going on. The roads are either being worked on, or the conditions of the road are not good, or there's cows and goats and animals and
That's
people
funny.
on the streets. You really have to slow down, and funny drivers as well.
It takes
But the area is fully populated. There's a lot of locals that live in this area, so it's continuous hills, beautiful hills, but all of them have got huts and houses on. So because of this one main road, the beaches don't link to each other. You always have to come way back, and that's between 60 and 120 kilometers back to this road, cross over a river, and then drive all the way down again. And those roads are all, wow, terrible.
bumpy.
Wow,
Really a lot
it's
of potholes,
a slow
so.
go. But once you're on the Wild Coast, it's a beautiful, beautiful coast. It's pristine. It's really wild still.
Yeah, so otherwise, not so many visitors. Except the locals, of course, living there.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't receive too many visitors, and you find very cute guest houses. And we had a very iconic one, obviously, and with popular seems to be for people hiking, mountain biking, surfers. So we
Yeah.
met all these types of people.
It's really the type that they want to be off the beaten track.
That's clearly the case.
Most of them have got 4x4s or some kind of truck.
It's it was a kind of cute community. So everybody has this little cottage or is on the camping site, and you meet because there are no restaurants around, so you are catered for. So you get your dinner there, you get your breakfast there, and this is where you meet all these guys.
By nature, there's no restaurants,
Yeah.
nothing. They have to be all inclusive.
Yeah, that's it. And this is how we got to know the other ones and saw them, and get an idea of the audience and people visiting these coastlines.
Yeah, and there's some beautiful places there. We wanted to go to
Coffee Bay.
Coffee Bay and the Hole in the Wall, but it would have added at least 3 hours to our trip, which was already going to be 5 hours from where we were to get to Kokstad, which was only 350 kilometers away. But because of the road conditions, 5 hours, and to add another 3 hours just to look at a hole in the wall, we said we have to replan that one and go back to experience more of the Wild Coast. So you heard about us leaving that. We're heading to Kokstad now. In Kokstad, we basically spent one night. So it was a, as I said, a hilly, very populated drive the whole way. It's part of the old Transkei, which was a homeland which the apartheid government put in place. So very much owned by the locals, run by the locals, and very, very much populated. And then we got to Kokstad, which was a one night just stay over, which was in a funky little cottage on the
area,
on the lake
on
sort of thing.
Yeah, little lake.
But yeah, it was sufficient. It served the purpose of just having a night layover in Kokstad, which was already into KwaZulu-Natal, which was basically the first town on the other side of Port Elizabeth, and it's of the East London route, and it's noticeable. The minute you cross the border, things look completely different. There's farmlands and people. There's no homes all over on every little hill.
They disappear all of a sudden.
It was really.
On the eastern coast,
here?
people were just walking on the
starting
roads,
to get
enjoying
used to it.
themselves. Exactly. And what I liked was the kind of the funky houses, really colorful on the Eastern Cape, but as Pietro said, spread all over the place. So there was no chance to be somewhere out on your own.
Yeah,
There were
sure.
lots of people around you all the time, and this changed in KwaZulu-Natal.
And for you, you
Yeah.
said that was an eye opener.
That was, yeah.
That part of the country. It was like being in a
Yes.
completely different country. It's
Yeah.
a South African that very few people know, and very few people actually wander into that area, which is interesting, and it's unexplored. So
Yeah.
definitely worth a visit.
It's completely different. I really have to say, yeah.
So
So-
Kokstad was the layover, and then from there we headed to the Drakensberg, where we're standing right now. We're more about that in the next movie
That's
or
true.
video.
And I still have a little remark because we forgot about that one, because it was also really, really cute. I mean, going to Qolora Mouse, we said that before, our overnight stay on the wild coast. We actually came a road where we had to cross a river, and we did it with a local ferry boat.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
That's
really
the kind of infrastructure
Yeah.
that's there. It's bumpy roads and ferries you need to take to
Yeah.
cross over.
And we decided spontaneously, let's take the shortcut,
Yeah.
see where we end up, and it brought us to this ferry, and that was it was very interesting. A ferry boat with cars and cattle and people and different. Awesome in a way,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
An
yeah.
experience. So we'll show you that, of course, as
Yeah.
well.
See you in the next one.
See you there.
Cheers.
Bye.